The Story of Tran Tran and the Magic Flower. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Tran Tran. She often watched the neighbor's kitten play happily, but deep down, she didn't truly understand what joy was. One day, her mother asked her to go to the market to buy some bread. Tran Tran cheerfully obeyed. On her way home from the bakery, she was suddenly confronted by a fierce hunting dog that snatched the bag of bread from her hands. Afraid that her mother would scold her, Tran Tran sat down by the roadside and burst into tears. Suddenly, an old woman appeared in front of her. She handed Tran Tran a magical 5-colored flower and said, "This flower can grant you 5 wishes. Use it wisely, and you will find happiness and joy." Tran Tran carefully accepted the flower. She gently plucked the purple petal, tossed it into the air, and said, "Purple petal, please bring the bread back to me." Immediately, the bag of bread reappeared in her hands, and she happily returned home. On another day, as she was walking, Tran Tran heard quiet sobbing. She looked around and saw a little duckling who had lost its way. "I can't find my way home," the duckling cried. "Can you help me?" Tran Tran plucked a red petal and said, "Red petal, please bring this poor little duckling back to its mother." In the blink of an eye, the duckling disappeared. Tran Tran continued on her way and came across a group of children fighting over a rag doll. She felt sad watching them argue, so she plucked the yellow petal and said, "Yellow petal, please give each child a beautiful toy." Suddenly, the ground was filled with toys, cars, puzzles, dolls, and the children squealed with joy. Seeing their happy faces made Tran Tran smile too. That winter, heavy snow fell across the land. The pagoda tree in Tran Tran's yard was bent over, weighed down by the snow. She felt heartbroken looking at it. With care, she picked the blue petal and wished, "Blue petal, please melt the snow and save the tree." As soon as she spoke, the snow melted away, and the tree's branches slowly lifted toward the sky, swaying gently in the breeze as if saying, "Thank you," to her. One day, Tran Tran saw a boy walking past her house on crutches. She felt so sorry for him. She plucked the final petal and said, "Pink petal, please heal that boy's legs." Unlike the previous times, the petal glowed brightly in her hand, shimmering in 5 beautiful colors. Tran Tran and the boy both shouted with joy as his legs were suddenly healed. He could even jump higher than Tran Tran. Tran Tran ran to hug the boy and exclaimed, "So this is what joy really means. Helping others is the greatest happiness of all." From that day forward, even though the magic flower was gone, Tran Tran's heart was forever filled with warmth, kindness, and joy, because she had discovered the true secret to happiness, sharing love with others. Thank you all for listening.